Good morning. Rod Baker with God and Rod. And I'm going to use these ear pods because the volume on my phone on my speaker has been off and on. So I don't know how to adjust it. I'm going to run to the city today and do some things and try to go by the Apple store and see if they can help me with it. But I wanted to take some time this morning and talk about something that I had spoken with a friend about. And this friend and I were talking about these situations that we sometimes find ourselves in, where we find ourselves listening to people about certain circumstances or subjects, and these people don't even have a handle on it themselves. It's like, would you go talk to someone about money that, let's say, they file bankruptcy, every 10 years, can't even manage their own funds? Probably all the money that they had, they've either manipulated out of people or stole it. They didn't even really work for it. Would you do business with that kind of person? Would you trust the advice of that kind of person? Would you go to someone and ask for spiritual advice if they don't have a good relationship with God? If they're not, if they don't have the discipline to be consistent with their prayers, or if they don't show other people in their life, um, you know, faith, hope, and love. So many times we're so desperate for approval from people that we disguise it as, we're looking for advice, or that we're trying to give advice. Imagine giving someone advice when your life, on relationships, when your life of relationships is not worth a darn. I'm very careful in the advice I give on relationships, because let me tell you something. If anybody's taking a hard road in relationships, it's me. And so, yeah, I'm very careful on the advice that I give, because it's not always easy to see the success in failed relationships. The success in failed relationships. Think about that. So I try to be careful in the advice that I give on having a successful relationship. Now, I know how to handle bad relationships. I know how to handle negative people in my life. I know how to handle that. Are you kidding? That's all I've basically dealt with. Why wouldn't I know how to handle that, right? Why wouldn't I know what to do in that? I know what to do in those situations. I know how to break up. I do. I know how to end them. But what I'm learning to learn is how to not do those things that caused those negative reactions out of other people. I'm learning how not to do those things. And I'm willing to give advice on what I know. And that's about it. I'm willing to give advice on what I know. But if I don't know, it's better for me to, let you come to me with what you learn. Sometimes that's the route to go. Let's see if we can get this up here. That may be a little better. Tired carrying that phone. I carried it 60 miles for 31 days. Tired of carrying that phone and my staff in my backpack. Why is it that we go to people who, they can't even carry their own water? And we expect them to help us carry ours? I don't know. I know this for a fact that I won't have any kind of intimate relationship without two things. Number one is a covenant. Number two, a background check. Those are two requirements that are necessary. And I'm probably going to add credit check to that. So, because lesson learned. Lesson learned. What's amazing about it is that the more value I put on me, the more value I put on my relationship with God, the more valuable people come to me. The more valuable people enter into my life. That's no Clint. What are you guys doing? I'm in the middle of a video. Okay? I'm in the middle of a video. We'll talk later. I got my ducks over here. I got my ducks in a row. I've got my ducks in a row. What you think of you attracts like. So when that moment that you begin to see yourself not just valuable, but worthy, trustworthy. Shoot, man, that's probably the biggest thing. Honorable, loyal. And these are words that I looked up and asked God to make me. I asked God to make me these things, to give me the asceticism to do what I must do to become this kind of a person, this kind of a man. See, and I applaud people that can do things on their own. I can't. I am not a man who can do things on his own. I need God's help. I need God's help. I don't need other people, but God seems to work through other people more than anything else. But the point of it is that I'm not looking for somebody to do it for me or even do it with me. All of what I need comes from God. All of what I need comes from God. So I'm very blessed in that way that He gives me everything I need over and above. And so I find myself at peace with that. There's a peacefulness that comes with that ability to turn your will and your life over to the care of God and to trust it fully. Because if you can't trust that which you can see, if you're not trustworthy to that which you can see, then I promise you, you can't trust what you can. You can't trust what is invisible. But it all starts with that. It all starts with that. So the people I rely on today, that I rely on, are the people that have been put in my life and have shown me, whether they meant to or not, that they are reliable. And it makes me reliable, more reliable. I become more and more reliable. It's a good life. It's a good way of life. No, somebody failed. Well, I guess Daddy picked him up and gave him a kiss, told him keep playing. What a wonderful world.